One of the things I really like about traveling the world is the people I meet along the way. That's especially true when I meet artists in the hip hop community. Many years ago, I met someone from Uruguay while I was in an alley in Paris. Yeah, let's just say I get out of the touristy areas when I travel. Anyway, when it came time for this project, I reached out to him, and the result is the episode you're about to hear. I'm even more excited to visit Uruguay after this conversation. So let's get into it. So, what I wanted to do today was understand what makes Uruguay a special place for you, and maybe we can start with some quick introductions. So, can you both introduce yourselves, please?
En español, ¿ok? Mi nombre es Santiago, soy de Uruguay, tengo 34 años. En este momento estoy viviendo en Argentina, Córdoba. Soy bailarín, sigo si querés, soy bailarín no profesional. Hoy en día soy bailarín social, vinculado al arte. Me gusta tocar la guitarra, me gusta cantar, mi pasatiempo hoy en día.
So, Santiago asked if he could do the interview in Spanish, which was totally cool with me. I actually understand it pretty well, having grown up hearing it around the holidays. However, that's going to be less useful on the podcast to many of you. Thankfully, we had someone that was kind enough to help us out.
I am Carla. People call me Coqui. I am from Argentina, from Córdoba. We are living now in my house with my family, and I am a dancer too. I meet Santiago dancing, and I am also a producer, events organizer. I do events with the community, hip hop, and things like that, shows, performance, parties, and we're always moving our bodies in some way.
So, now let's go back to Santiago's introduction.
Santiago is from Uruguay, now is living in Cordoba, Argentina. He's a dancer, not professional now, but still be a dancer. And he's an artist. He likes to play the guitar and singing and dancing.
Awesome. And what is his perspective on how we met, if he remembers?
Yo me encontraba haciendo un viaje por Europa, aprendiendo danza.
Yeah, he was traveling in Europe that year. He was dancing around all the country. He was in that moment in Paris, and they was practicing on the street. There was some graffitis, and then you appear with your camera and start to taking photos, and that's how he record that you meet together.
Yeah, and I remember because I don't always like approaching people on the street, but when I turned the corner, I heard the music while they were dancing. And it immediately was like, wait, are there dancers here? And so that was one of the first times that I had people pose with the graffiti. And on my website, now I've done that all over the world, starting from around the time that I met Santi on the street. I'm going to jump back in here because you may be curious what I'm talking about. If you go to graphandmodels.com, that's GRAF, the letter N, models.com, or graffiti_kbev photo on Instagram, you'll see what I'm talking about. Ironically, this is also the type of modeling session that Caro from Chile hired me for when we talked about it a few episodes ago. So we're going to go to Uruguay in a couple of weeks, and we're going to visit Montevideo and spend about a week there. But it's my first time visiting Uruguay. If you were to describe Uruguay for people who have never been, how would you describe it?
Uruguay es un país muy pequeño.
Uruguay is a little country. They have 4 millions of inhabitants and it's very small.
También es un país donde se toma mucho mate. Es muy casual ver a gente tomando mate en la calle.
It's also a country where they drink a lot of mate. That if you don't know what is mate, we have a mate here to let you see. This is the mate and this is the termo, and all the peoples are around the street walking with the mate and the termo.
Yes, it's like a tea that is more popular.
I'm going to jump in here again because they were literally holding up a thermos to the camera. It wasn't just a made-up passion. They were really serious about their mate.
Es un país donde la gente es muy tranquila, amable,
It's a very
muy,
friendly
muy
country. If you
cordial,
need something, they don't have problem to help
transportarse
you. They are
mucho entre amigos
open to help you if you need
celebrar
something.
Hmm.
And
cualquier
the
cosa, comer
community there
asado,
is very
una
friendly.
comida,
They
una de las comidas
they
más
meet
populares en
one
Uruguay
or
y
twice a
Argentina
week
es el
with
asado.
friends to chill out, to dinner, to drink something. Also with the family, it's always like mini meetings, friends meetings or family meetings. It's like very normal. And also a food that they meet a lot, like we eat a lot in Argentina, is asado. Is the meat making in the grill, but different that you cook there, and it's very good quality, and it's a great moment to be with your people.
I can't wait to do that when I get there. When you're away from Uruguay, is that something that you miss, or have you found that community of people, when you were in Europe or when you were in other parts of the world?
Sí, sí. Sí, no tanto cuando estoy en Argentina,
He
porque
missed
en
that
Argentina la gente
point,
es muy
but
parecida, la
no
cultura
so
somos
much when he's in
bastante
Argentina,
similares,
because
pero sí, cuando estoy
our
viajando en
culture
Estados
is very
Unidos o en
similar.
otros países,
Okay.
But
obviamente se
when
extraña
he's
mucho
traveling around
compartir
Europe
esa
or United
espontaneidad
States,
para
yeah, it's the
compartir
point that
una escena.
really make miss our stuffs.
Beyond food, what are some of the things that you miss, Santiago, when you're away from home?
Bueno, principalmente extraño mucho a mi familia, a mis
the
amigos,
the
a
the, thi- the things
la
that he miss
cultura
a lot,
artística,
beyond the food, is the family, the friends, and
de
the
la
the
música, su
artistic
música,
way,
y bueno,
the
y mi barrio donde
music, the
nací.
concerts, the place where we can listen in music or be part of the community, listening the songs that he likes in the languages that he
Mm-hmm.
likes, and his neighborhood.
Mm.
He's from Cerro de Montevideo. It's called Cerro because it's in a hill, and it's very particular.
Mm-hmm.
If you are from the Cerro, the people know that how you are.
So when he goes home, he goes to Cerro and spends a lot of time there.
Sí, ahora no tanto porque no voy muy seguido,
Yeah, now we have a
pero
home that
acá
is
por ejemplo
not
mi
in
casa está
Cerro,
muy cerca
is
de la
is
playa,
not in Montevideo department,
entonces
is
ponerle que
in
máximo
Canelones.
sí,
For
50
that, we are
minutos,
traveling.
45
When we go
minutos.
to Uruguay, we spend a lot of time in Santa Ana de Canelones. It's a beach house, so he spent time in Santa Ana, and he spent time in Montevideo in Cerro because their parents live there, and he have friends there. Um,
But I take the beach.
he like the beach.
One question coming from Chicago, a lot of South American food and music seems very similar from far away. How does he see them different? How is Uruguay different than Argentina or different than Chile or even Paraguay? What
Right.
is unique about Uruguay that you can't get someplace else?
La principal diferencia es
The
las
principal points
distancias y
are the
el
Uruguay is
tamaño del
very
país.
small, so the distance are very short.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes the community different in many ways.
And so, does it mean that people know each other and they know you're a lot more familiar to people in the country and in the city?
Sí,
Yeah, for
seguramente.
sure.
Sí, sí.
Because an example, sorry, but
Yeah.
Uruguay, all the country is like the city that we are living now in Argentina, the town. In Córdoba are tamaño, size
Ah.
than all the country in Uruguay. You can cross Uruguay north to south 5 hours, and you can cross Córdoba in 6 hours.
Sí, y bueno, y la música, y en cuanto a la música y el arte, son
About
bastante
the music,
diferentes
he
también.
said that in Uruguay,
Diferentes
you can
ritmos,
listen in
diferentes
people playing drums on the street because African drums, because they have a big community of people to came from Africa, no? And they play candombe. So that is very popular, and you have on the street people that play that. Also, if you're coming in January, for sure you're gonna listen in because it's close to the carnaval. Carnaval in Uruguay is in February, start in February. So all the crews, all the peoples are practicing for that. So it's gonna be very nice.
We will be in Uruguay the first 2 weeks of February.
Oh,
So we will.
perfect.
Is
Okay.
Carnival, the whole city comes out for Carnival?
Yeah. A lot of party, music, people, very nice, very
So
popular.
let me ask you this. Can you describe what it's like to visit Carnival when you go, when you're home?
Y carnaval es algo que se...
So for him, Carnaval is very special because it's something that he learned from his dad and it's coming like that. Everyone that starts have a family or something that was participating in the carnival, so it's coming from generation, and that makes special. And his dad was in carnival participant like 30 years. It's a lot. So for his, it's very special. Like carnival started more than 100 years ago. Carnival culture in Uruguay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bueno, y es una de las
Carnival has different categories.
Okay.
What Santi likes is the murga. Murga is like a chorus. They are 17 people singing and acting a little, but the strong thing is the singing. It's like a chorus, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And he was in a murga. His dad was in different murgas, and we also go to the club when the Santi Murga is practicing.
And do you try and go to Carnival every year?
Yes, si tratas de volver.
Yes, for
Like
sure.
strictly. February, we need to be in Uruguay for the carnival.
Is there any chance you'll be there this February?
For sure, but we are not sure what date. Si vas a ir, hay alguna chance de que vayas.
Sí, sí, seguro. Depende mucho de las fechas de los concursos, de cuándo se presentan,
Yeah.
para saber qué día hay, pero...
We try to organize or travel when we are going there. When the Santi Murga, that is called La Trasnochada, is participating in the official contest. Yes, because it's the official contest in the summer theater, Teatro de Verano, and they have different parts, but it's like the most important. But it's another part that they go for different neighborhood playing the show. Mm-hmm. For the people, like right. It's popular.
And did Santiago, you sang in the choir?
Sí, sí, cantas en el coro.
Yeah, in the coro, yes.
In this year, he's not participating of the murga, of the show, but he was in 3 years ago. He was participating.
So I heard a couple of things that I'm going to want to make sure that I include here. One is I want to make sure that I try the mate while I'm there.
Yeah.
I will also make sure to find some asado. And what type of meat do you recommend?
No chicken, no pork, and the
red meat. It's the tira de asado.
And pulpón.
Pulpón, sí, chorizo. Asado. In general.
But it's different. Asado in Uruguay is different than Argentina. Also the mate.
And
it's
the mate.
Stronger in Uruguay. It's light in Argentina.
And then I will be sure to check out Carnival and the music and the food and the drumming while I'm there. Santiago and Koki, thank you so much for doing this. It means a lot that 7 years after meeting you on the street and posting your pictures on Instagram over the time, being able to call you and ask you to help me out with this project in Spanish. Koki, thank you for helping translate to English. I really am grateful, so thank you.
Okay.
Thank you to you.
Así sea.
Whatever you need, you can contact us and we're going to be there for you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of My Home is Special. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you get future episodes automatically. Go to myhomeisspecial.com for the occasional email update too. That's where links to photo galleries and a few other surprises will live. Be sure to follow KBev Photo on Instagram for behind-the-scenes footage during our journey, and it'll be in the stories. If you just want the photos, go to kbevphoto.com. There's a lot else on there to explore. For now, this is Keith, aka KBev, signing off. Peace.